Hello friends, welcome all of you in Rayat Online School Education for Junior College project. In previous lecture, we completed physics topic number 6, that is superposition of waves. In this video, we start new topic of the physics. Today we start topic number 7 of physics, and the name of topic it is wave optics. So let's see what are the contents included in this topic first. The contents are, first we see in this topic it is light as a wave, Huygens theory, reflection of light at a plane surface, interference and diffraction of light. In this topic we discuss different points, that is light as a wave, Huygens theory, reflection of light at a plane surface, interference and diffraction of light. Let's see one by one. So in this video, we discuss the two basic points of this topic first, and today's discussion points are, first we discuss it is light as a wave, and second today's point of discussion it is Huygens theory. In Huygens theory point there are different sub points, and these points are primary and secondary sources of light, wavefronts and Huygens principle. So today we focus on the four basic points of this topic, that is light as a wave, primary and secondary sources of light, wavefronts and Huygens principle. So let's see one by one. First we see some basic concept. See, this one is the image of the light. As we know that light travels in a straight line, the path of light it is called as the ray of light. This one is the path of light, it is called as the ray of light. When a ray of light passes through the another medium, this one is the air medium, this one is the water medium. See in this figure, when a ray of light passes through another medium, it gets reflected or refracted, changes its direction. So from this we know that reflection concept and refraction concept. First we see reflection concept. We know that in reflection of light, light entering the medium returns to the same direction. This one is the incident ray, this one is the reflected ray. Light entering the medium returns to the same direction. So from this we know that incident ray, reflected ray and normal to the boundary surface at the point of incidence are in the same plane. This one is the refraction of light image. See carefully, in refraction of light, light entering the medium travels from one medium, that is air medium suppose, and to the another medium, that is this one is the water medium. In refraction of light, light entering the medium travels from one medium to the another medium. From this we know that incident ray, refracted ray and normal to the boundary between the two media at the point of incidence are in the same plane. We also know that in the reflection of light, angle of incidence is equals to the angle of reflection. See in the diagram, angle of incidence is equals to the angle of reflection, and in refraction of light, we know the relation angle of incidence and angle of refraction are related as n1 sine I is equals to n2 into the sine of the r. So this one is the basic concept of reflection and refraction of light. For your better understanding, this one is the reflection of light image, that one is the mirror image. and this one is the refraction of light. The next point is the light as a wave. We know that light is an electromagnetic wave. See the diagram for this electromagnetic wave. This one is the direction of propagation of the light. This one is the electric field vector denoted as the blue color wave, and this one is the magnetic field vector denoted by the red color wave. So these electric and magnetic field vector, these are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. The distance between two successive crests, as we know that, and distance between two successive trough, it is known as the wavelength of the wave denoted by the lambda. For your better understanding, see this image of the electromagnetic wave. See carefully, electric and magnetic field vector, that means E vector and P vector, these are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. So from this we define some characteristic of the electromagnetic wave. The first characteristic of this wave, it is electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature as they propagate by oscillating electric and magnetic fields that are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. They do not require material medium for their propagation. This one is the very major basic characteristic of the electromagnetic wave. That is, they do not require material medium for their propagation. The wavelength of electromagnetic waves ranges from very small, that is femtometer, having the range 10 raised to minus 15 meter, to very large distance, it is the kilometer. Waves are classified in the order of increasing wavelength, and these are gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, visible rays, infrared rays, microwave and the radio waves. So this one is the basic characteristic of the electromagnetic waves. See the next point, this one is the prism. We know that white light consists of waves of different wavelengths. Refractive index of medium is different for different wavelengths except for normal incidence for the same angle of incidence, as we know that rays corresponding to the different colors have different angle of refraction. See this diagram carefully. For the same angle of incidence, rays corresponding to different colors have different angle of refraction. So when white light passes through transparent medium, different colors get separated and spectrum is formed. This one is the prism, refraction of light, and this one is the spectrum of the 7 colors. Next image, it is the rainbow image. This one is the also spectrum of the lights, consists of the 7 different colors. Let's see the next point. Next point is the sources of light. Sources of light basically classified into the 2 types. The first type, it is primary source of light, and second type, it is the secondary source of light. Sources of light classified into the 2 types, primary source of light and secondary source of the light. So let's see one by one. First, it is the primary source of light. First, we see definition for this. The sources that emit lights on their own, that means self, are called as the primary sources of the light. We recall definition once again. The sources that emit light on their own are called as the primary sources of light. This emission of light may be due to high temperature of the sources, example it is the sun and stars. Second, it is the effect of current passed through the source, that is for example tube light or our television. Next, it is the chemical or nuclear reaction taking place in the source. Best example, it is the firecrackers. So the very most popular examples of primary source of light, it is the sun. Next, it is the secondary sources of light. Let's see definition for this. The sources which do not produce light of their own but receive light from some other source and either reflect or scatter it around, it is called as the secondary source of light. We recall definition once again. The sources which do not produce light of their own but receive light from some other source and either reflect or scatter it around. And the examples of secondary source of light, it is examples are different planets, human beings, animals, and the plants. So these objects are visible due to the reflected light. So many of the sources we see around, these are the secondary sources of the light. The best example, it is the see sun. It is the primary source of light, and this one is the different planetary system consists of different planets. These are the secondary source of light. These receives energy from the primary source of the light. Let's see the image of the lake. When we drop a stone in water, surface waves, that means ripples, see in the figures, ripples are formed which travels outwards from the center. So water particles along the path of the waves move up and down perpendicular to the water surface. As the waves are traveling in all directions along the water surface, all the particles along the circumference of the circle will have the same phase. Phase means the state of motion of particle at that point as well as the distance of the point from the source. So from this we define the next term. It is the wavefront. Wavefront, having the definition, it is the locus of all points where waves starting simultaneously from a source reach at the same instant of time and hence particles at the points oscillate with the same phase is called a wavefront. Definition once again, this is very important. The locus of all points where waves starting simultaneously from a source reach at the same instant of time and hence particles at the points oscillate with the same phase, it is called as a wavefront. So in the previous slide we see water waves, these are the two-dimensional waves. Sound waves and light waves, these are three-dimensional waves. Such waves are called as the spherical waves. From this, we define the types of wavefronts. There are three basic types of the wavefronts. First, it is spherical wavefront. Second type, it is plane wavefront. And third type, it is cylindrical wavefront. So there are three different types of wavefront: spherical wavefront, plane wavefront, and cylindrical wavefront. Let's see one by one. First, it is the spherical wavefront. Let's see image for this. Wavefronts are the surfaces passing through all the points having the same distance from the source. Let's see this image carefully. Wavefronts are the surfaces passing through all points having the same distance from the source and having the same phase. So they are the spheres centered on the sources. Let's see cross section for this. This one is the cross section of the spherical wavefront. In the cross section, circles in the figure, let's see in this figure carefully. Circles in the figure are wavefronts with the source at their center. The arrows, see these arrows are perpendicular to the spherical surface and show direction of propagation of the wave. This one is the spherical wavefront. Next, second type, it is the plane wavefront. See this image, spherical wavefront which traveled a large distance away from the source. So a small portion of this wavefront looks like the plane surface. So the waves are called as the plane wave. Remember, we recall once again, a small portion of the spherical wavefront looks like plane surface. So the waves are called as the plane wave. See the cross section of this. In this figure, arrows or the rays, these are parallel. See carefully, arrows are parallel corresponding to the parallel beam of the light. So this one is the plane wavefront. So the three wavefronts having the diagram, it is this one is the spherical wavefront, this one is the plane wavefront, and this one is the cylindrical wavefront. If the source of light is linear, the wavefront looks like to be a cylindrical format. So this one is the cylindrical wavefront. Let's see the next point. Next point is the Huygens principle. This one is the very important. Let's see a statement for this principle. Each point on a wavefront acts as a secondary source of light, emitting secondary light waves called wavelets in all directions, which travel with the speed of light in the medium. The new wavefront can be obtained by taking the envelope of the secondary wavelets traveling in the forward direction. Remember, secondary wavelets traveling in forward direction, and is thus the envelope of the secondary wavelets in forward direction. The wavelets traveling in the backward direction, these are ineffective. Remember, wavelets traveling in the backward direction, these are ineffective. This one is the very important statement of the Huygens principle. We recall once again, each point on a wavefront acts as a secondary source of light, emitting secondary light waves called as wavelets in all directions, which travel with the speed of light in the medium. The new wavefront can be obtained by taking the envelope of the secondary wavelets traveling in the forward directions, and is thus the envelope of the secondary wavelets in forward direction. The wavelets traveling in the backward directions are ineffective. So from this, we see the next point is the propagation of the plane wavefront. See, this one is the diagram. A plane wavefront, as we know that plane wavefront treated as a part of the spherical wave at a great distance from an extended source. So wavefront has the negligible curvature. Let's see another image. This one is the cross section of the plane wavefront. So let AB, see in this figure, let AB is a plane wavefront at time t is equals to 0. This one is the initial wavefront AB at time t is equals to 0. So here we have to find out, or we have to determine the shape and position of the wavefront at t is small t is equals to the capital T. We know that according to the Huygens principle, each point on this wavefront acts as a secondary source of light and emit the spherical wavelets. See in the diagram, emit spherical wavelets. Wavelets traveling in the forward direction. See carefully, wavelets traveling in the forward direction. Backward traveling wavelets are supposed to be ineffective. Wavelets in the form of the hemisphere, carefully see in the diagram. Wavelets in the form of the hemispheres having the radius, it is the Vt. We know that velocity having the formula is distance divided by the time. So taking outside the distance, that means here the radius having the value, it is the r is equals to, that means distance is equals to v into the t. So here v, it is the speed of the light. At time capital T, the new wavefront is at a perpendicular distance. This one is the perpendicular distance Vt from the original wavefront. So A dash, B dash, see in the figure, A dash and A dash, B dash is a new position. Therefore, plane wavefronts are propagated as a planes. This one is the propagation of the plane wavefront. The next point is the propagation of the spherical wavefront. Looks this image first. This one is the spherical wavefront having the propagation. First it is the AB. Similarly, the position of a spherical wavefront at time t is equals to 0. This one is the first wavelets emitted in the forward direction. By the point AB will be hemisphere. So here also it is radius is equals to Vt. The new spherical wavefront is the A dash B dash. See in this figure, new spherical wavefront, it is the A dash B dash. So spherical wavefronts are propagated as the concentric spheres. So today friends, we started the topic number 7, that is the wave optics. We discuss on the different point, that is light as a wave, and Huygens theory. This point includes primary and secondary sources of light, wavefront, and the Huygens principle. So today we stop here. In the next video we discuss the new points of this topic.